I didn't reach an 800-pound deadlift, a 475-pound bench, and a 600-pound squat by doing random workouts. I didn't get strong by chasing a pump, and I definitely didn't get strong by chasing and following trends. I got strong by doing a few things that most people avoid and then sticking to them when most people would quit and give up. What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over how I got strong and how you can get strong too. A lot of people talk about my physique, but more than not, a lot of people ask how I got so strong within the gym. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking that down for you guys. Before we get into the video, guys, I just want to say, if you are interested in workout plans or one-on-one coaching, you can find workout plans on my website at zachluch.com, or click to schedule your free 30-minute consultation with me to go over how I can best help you reach your goals for one-on-one personalized coaching. If you also are interested in my Instagram and seeing more of my lifts, or just DMing me for coaching or questions that you have that way, my Instagram, zachluch, is right there. So feel free to ask me any questions, or if you are interested in coaching or custom workout plans, hit me up there. Now let's get right into the video. The first thing we're gonna go over, guys, is stop chasing the wrong things. If you guys are not seeing progress within your physique or your strength, you're likely doing one of these three things. One, you're either trying to chase a pump. Of course, it's nice to have a pump, guys, but you're not gonna get results by just chasing a pump. The second thing is variety. You don't see any progress because you are switching up your workouts, or you're doing way too much too often, right? You can't be switching up your program. You can't be switching out your workouts every week, because you're not gonna see results that way. You're not gonna see what works and what doesn't. And the best thing you can do for strength gains is being specific and sticking to those exercises week after week, month after month, and then progressively overloading those and executing that way. And then similar to that is random workouts. Every time I step foot in the gym, I know exactly what I'm doing that day. A lot of you go into the gym, for example, even some of my friends, I see them in the gym, I'm like, hey, what are you hitting? They're like, I don't know yet, maybe back, maybe chest. You cannot be like that. When you step foot in that gym, you need to be knowing exactly what you're hitting, exactly what you're doing, because that is what is gonna make those gains. You stick to a program, you stick to a schedule, and you keep it that way. You can't just be going to the gym and saying, oh, I'm gonna go hit this workout right now, and then, I'm gonna go hit some biceps later. No, you have to have a structure, you have to have a plan every single time you step foot in the gym. And the problem with this, and the reason why people do this, is because most people train based on how they feel, and they're not actually training based on how things are progressing. Feeling tired does not mean we're getting stronger. You got to stop chasing your actual workout and then start chasing progression. You have to look deeper into the workout and chase that progression, guys. The next thing we're going to talk about is progressive overload. This is the foundation. Realistically, your workouts should be progressing day by day, week by week. And this could be either weights that progress or get heavier. This could be reps, meaning we are getting more reps per set, or this can be also control, right? Just being able to control the movement better than we did the previous week. This is the foundation of everything. And I try to do at least one of these three things every week, right? And that's either going up in weight, going up in reps, or focusing on how to improve my form and control of an exercise. And I should mention, guys, not every session is going to be perfect, but your numbers should trend upward, like this linear graph. Progression over time is what builds strength. How do we get stronger over time, guys? It's by executing with higher weight, higher reps, or better control every single week. That way our body can make strength adaptations to have our muscles forcibly contract harder with more force. That's how we get stronger. If your lifts are not improving, your strength isn't either. And it's also important to note, if our lifts aren't improving, our strength isn't either. The next thing we're going to talk about, guys, is compound lifts. And the main three compound lifts that you see people do are squats, bench, and deadlift. You probably heard the term or acronym for this, SBD, right? My squat right now is 600. I've done 565 for 2. My bench max is 475. I've done 405 for 6, and I've done 315 for 21. My max deadlift is 800 pounds sumo and 750 pounds conventional. So going over compound lifts, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two because I've done a thing or two. Compounds build your foundation, guys. A lot of people nowadays don't like to train compounds for scientific-based lifting. Compound training is super important in my eyes. And that's because I didn't build my strength, guys, by doing random machines or constantly switching up my exercises. I built my strength off the exact same movements over and over and over again. Squat, bench, deadlift. And the reason why compound lifts are so important, guys, because they stimulate multiple muscle groups. There's activation in multiple muscle groups all at once. That's why it's considered a compound lift. Because these compound lifts train multiple muscle groups at once, that means more muscles are involved, more weight is going to be lifted, and there's more total stimulus. If we have more muscle, there's a greater or more strength potential. And I think another thing to note with the compound lifts is your nervous system. And that's because it goes from our brain to our muscles to the barbell. Strength is not just muscle, it's your nervous system. And I can't preach this enough, guys. Strength is not just your muscle, it's your nervous system. You are literally teaching your body how to produce more force. And strength is very technique based, right? It's a skill plus force. A quick note, guys. Your muscles contain motor neurons. These are little nerves that are your nervous system that are in or woven in with muscle tissue, basically stimulating muscle contraction. The more you lift, yes, we get strong, we get bigger, we get more muscle, but the more we lift, the more motor neurons that are recruited to that specific area of muscle, making more forcible contractions, stronger force contractions, meaning our muscles can contract harder, which means we can lift more force because we have more motor neurons. That is the foundation, the basis of getting stronger. Now, still talking about compound lifts, we should talk about frequency. Frequency is what builds strength as well. I didn't do just one squat a week or one deadlift a week or one bench session a week. I would do these multiple times a week, up to 3 times a week for bench, up to twice a week for deadlift, and up twice a week for squat. And no, I wasn't maxing out every single day or every single week, but I was practicing the movement, I was reinforcing technique, and I was building strength. We must be able to practice the workout, guys, without doing just random training. And it's also important to note, guys, we don't just test strength. We do this to build strength. Most people don't push hard enough, or they go too hard or too intensely too often, and then that can cause them to burn out. Now, the next thing we're going to go over is intensity, guys, specifically real intensity. And this is the difference between having an easy set versus a hard set. Most people think they are training hard, but they give up or stop way too early. It's so important to note that the last 2 to 3 reps are what actually builds that strength. And most people give up too early because in their head they think they can't do another, but you can do so much more than you think you're capable of doing. Always try to train harder than you think you are training. And this is a fine line because for compound lifts too, like I mentioned previously, we don't want to be maxing out every session. But in terms of just overall training, our accessory lifts especially, we want to be taking a lot of things close to failure or at failure. That is how we're going to get stronger. The sets that actually build strength are the ones that slow down, grind, and challenge you. Now, guys, the next thing we're going to talk about is consistency, and this might be the most important thing because this is where a lot of people fail and get wrong. And it's not because they don't know what to do, but it's because they don't stay consistent, right? We need to be training We need to be training on a consistent basis. Obviously, it's important to have rest days, right? 1 or 2 rest days a week. But for the purpose of the consistency part of the aspect of this video, I just have check marks going consistently week after week. And guys, I can't stress this enough either. It takes years, guys, not months. I spent years doing this, not weeks, not months. And that is what is so crucial about being consistent. Guys, I didn't reach a 475-pound bench in 4 weeks of lifting. I didn't reach an 800-pound deadlift in 2 months of training. I've been training consistently for over 7 years, and that is why I see the results I do. And moving on to another very crucial point is being able to eat enough. If you're not eating enough, you shouldn't expect to get stronger or to build more muscle. You cannot get strong if you're under eating, guys. And I feel like this is a thing that a lot of people struggle with too, because one, they either claim that they're eating a lot when they're really not, or they just struggle to eat meals. Eating is so vital. And yes, you want to eat for enjoyment, you want to eat for pleasure, but I eat for performance. I eat for fuel. I eat to have an amazing training session and to get stronger. That is the foundation, that is the reasoning, the philosophy behind why I eat so much, or why I eat the healthy foods that I eat. Because I know it's gonna help me in the gym, it's gonna help my performance, it's gonna help my energy, and it's gonna help my recovery. You need to be eating enough food to build muscle, to sustain muscle, and to build and strengthen recovery. It is not complicated, guys. You just need to eat healthy whole foods, carbs, proteins, fats. Eat to fuel your body. Another huge important thing to note when getting stronger or to trying to build strength is recovery. Hence, sleeping. Training breaks you down, guys, physically and mentally. Recovery and sleep is what actually builds you to get stronger. You need to be able to sleep because sleep equals progress. If you can, try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night, but recovery is crucial if you want to get stronger. Most of you stay weak for 4 simple reasons. You have no progression. You don't put in enough effort. You are inconsistent within the gym. And then you don't take recovery seriously. If your lifts aren't going up, it's usually one of these 4 things. Guys, it's really as simple as just doing the basics and then doing them better every single week, every single month. There is no secret to getting stronger. I just did the basics better and longer than most people are willing to do. If you actually apply this stuff I mentioned in the video, you will get stronger. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like always, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and that is an absolute dream goal. So if you haven't subscribed, guys, please consider subscribing. It means the absolute world to me. In today's video, we went over how I got so strong and how you can get stronger, guys. It's really not complicated. It's not confusing. It's simple stuff. It's just about executing, consistency, and just staying in the path. But if you do feel like you're struggling to get stronger, you say, Zach, I've tried everything you mentioned, or you struggle to put on size, to lose weight, anything like that, feel free to hit me up on Instagram or check out my website in the description below, zachluchh.com. And I would love to help you by getting more familiar with what exactly you're struggling with, what you tried in the past, and how I can best help you reach your goals. If you have any other video suggestions, leave them in the comments below, guys. But like always, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.